Hello, welcome back to a guide to using computers for ALP coursework. This video looks at logging on. Let's get started. Once you're fully accepted into ALP, you'll have NSCC credentials. That sounds like a fancy term, but when folks talk about your credentials, what they mean is you have a username. We also call that your W number, and there's an example. Yours will look something like that. The other piece of your credentials is your NSCC password. If you find yourself on campus, use only your NSCC credentials to log into the network. That's when you're on campus. Again, that's your username, your W number, and your NSCC password. Here's an important tip. You get a temporary password from the college by email. Sometimes people lose that. So in ALP, you might also be able to get it from your faculty advisor. If you've gotten an acceptance email from the college, you probably saw something like capital N $ and a string of long numbers. That's your temporary password. Now, I've seen students hang on to that on a piece of paper all year long. That's not recommended. You want to change this password as soon as you can to something more memorable and secure. To help you do this, the college has a video on how to enroll in the new password management tool to let you manage your account and take control of your account. Change your password to something that's easier for you to remember and also let you manage your account in case you lock yourself out. So remember, you're also going to have what we call the big document to accompany these videos. You can go back and click on these links to do things like watch that video. You also have a free Office 365 account as long as you're an active NSCC student. The sign-on for this account will have one important difference. Can you spot it in the next slides? To find your Office account, you find the Office 365 login from any computer, tablet, or phone connected to the internet. You'll see several ways of doing this, but here's, I think, the simplest way. Go to nscc.ca, the NSCC homepage. You open a web browser the way you usually Google things or find things on the internet, and in the search bar type nscc.ca, and you look carefully at the results that will return, and you will see the NSCC homepage. If you bookmark things, you want to bookmark that because that's a very useful place to start for many computer apps. Once you're there, you click Login and you select Office 365. Here's a picture of the NSCC webpage, and at your top right you'll see there is a login. When you click on that, there are several options for you to log on to different apps and services at NSCC. What we're looking at right now is Office 365. You'll probably get a screen like this next, and in your sign-in, first you put in your username, but this is how you enter it. Your username at campus.nscc.ca. You'll hit Next, and then you'll probably get a screen that looks like this. And again, it's your username and your password. So if you haven't changed your password yet, you enter your temporary password there. The first time you log on, you should get a window that looks like this, which can be kind of scary. More information required. But what this is doing is setting up a secure account for you with a two-factor authentication. Two-factor authentication. So when you hit Next, again, don't lose access to your account. You need to set up at least one of the options below. So you can set up both a phone number and an email address, but all you need is one of them. But if you are using an email address, you can't use your NSCC email address. You need to use something like Hotmail or Gmail or Seaside Mail. And make sure that you remember the password for that account, because that's where they're going to send the verification code for you to type into the next window to say that it is indeed you. So you can do an authentication email or an authentication phone, either a cell phone or a landline. They will send you a voicemail to a landline. Should you forget your password, once you're enrolled in that tool, you can go back to the sign-on screen that you get when you log into Office 365. There is an option for you to reset your password, but you've got to enroll in that tool to have the security of doing that. Now, did you spot the difference in the logons? When you log on to email and other Office 365 apps like Word or PowerPoint, you need to add some information. You need to tell Microsoft that you are on campus. So an example would be a W number at campus.nscc.ca. So for you, it's your username at campus.nscc.ca. Speaking of email, you have an NSCC email account. So a brand new account separate from whatever account you may use now. Your email address is your W number at nscc.ca. There's an example. This is important because the college uses email as a primary communication tool. You must check your NSCC email regularly. Now, NSCC uses Outlook or Webmail for email. Basically, for us, it's the same thing. You'll hear it called Outlook, you'll hear it called Webmail. Outlook is part of Office 365, and if you want, you can access your account from a different email client if you know how. If you don't know how, don't worry about it. You'll be able to get to your webmail in a way I'm just going to show you, because the college provides you with free access to Outlook. Now remember, the college will communicate to you through your new NSCC email account. That's your faculty, Kim and Aggie, any information that's important to your acceptance in ALP or subsequent programs. That's your official communication channel. So how do you get to this NSCC email? You use your NSCC credentials to log on to email. Your W number at campus.nscc.ca plus your password. You must check your NSCC email regularly. Did I say that already? It's really important. You must check your NSCC email regularly. If you're a full-time student, please check every weekday at least once. So if you find yourself on campus, you can look for the Outlook icon on your desktop. Or you can go to nscc.ca and choose Webmail. You enter your credentials for Office 365, and you'll be taken to the Office 365 login if you're not already signed on. So it looks like this. You can access email from any browser on or off campus. Again, that's the NSCC homepage. You look for the login at the top right, select Webmail. Once you get used to using Office 365, when you log in, you get a dashboard that looks something like this. And you see that there's another option to get to your email from here. Here it's called Outlook, but it is the same thing as your Webmail. So that's quite a bit of information. We're going to do a review of the main ideas through a short quiz show. First, you need to check your NSCC email regularly. True or false? That's true. Again, email is used by ALP and the college as an important means of communications. You're responsible for keeping up to date with your email. Your new Office 365 subscription is free. True or false? And that's true, as long as you are an active NSCC student. You can access NSCC email on a smartphone. And that's true. You don't need a smartphone, but if you have one and you prefer to get your email that way, you can. And again, if you go to the big document that comes with these videos, there are links to information to show you how to set up your email on an Android or iPhone. You need to change your temporary password. And that's true. I think just so that you can remember your password and just so that you don't have trouble with your account locking later on down the road, change your password. Again, in your big document, there is a link to a video to show you how to do that. So here's a short matching exercise. We'll try to match the term with its role. So the first term is this long sign-on wnumber@campus.nscc.ca. What's that used for? Look at the choices on here on your right. Did you pick it's used to log on to Webmail and Office 365? Our next choice, NSCC credentials. Is there an example of NSCC credentials on the right? You got it. It's your W number and password. What's Outlook and Webmail? That's the email app used by NSCC. Sometimes you'll hear it referred to as Outlook, and sometimes you'll hear it referred to as email, as Webmail. Your W number. Is there an example, or is there a definition of W number on that page? You got it. Your W number is your NSCC username. Finally, what is Office 365? That's a suite of apps that will help you learn. No matter how many times I do this, there's always a typo. So true or false? I think this one is true. You will enjoy using technology in ALP. I think you will. At the beginning, it may be a little overwhelming. You need to practice first, but I think after you get your feet wet in ALP, you will enjoy using our technology. It's good learning for the real world, too. So finally, in this video, there's a little challenge for you. Try it. If you haven't already, send one of your faculty an email from your NSCC account. If you're a Marconi ALP student, here's a list of the faculty. You may have all or any of us. There's our email addresses. We'll be looking in the next video at ways of finding email addresses, but we're giving them to you for this exercise. And no cheating with Gmail. Don't send us your email from Gmail or Hotmail. Sometimes our junk mail filter will filter those out. And it's not official if it doesn't come from your NSCC email. So start off on the right foot and use Outlook and Webmail. If you need help with that, reach out to your faculty. Your faculty advisor will be in touch to help you with things like this, as will all your faculty. So when you're ready, go on to the next video.